Dear friends, today we'll look at some of the commonly used functions in Python. We'll look at the arguments used by these functions and how they apply and the output of these functions. Everything will be provided in the description, so you can always go and look up in the description to run your own code and give a try. So let's start with the first function print. In case of print between parentheses, you have say hello world, and then if you want that each object is separated out, then you use a comma, and you can define the kind of separation. Whether if there is nothing in between, then it's assumed to be a spacing, but if you specify that it is going to be a hyphen, then it's like Python is awesome, separated by hyphen, right? And then this is a sentence. If you say the ending will be in a particular way, otherwise it's always a new line. So if you do not mention a new line, then it's going to be in the same line, the next one. So for example, hello world and then Python is awesome comes in the next line, but then you again have the same way something printed out, but it comes in the same line. Now let's go to the length. The length is the length of a string. For example, here we have Python 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. So if you say what's going to be the output of this, if you print it out, if you save it in a variable length, the length of that string, print out the value of the variable, you get 6. Then let's come to range. Range, this function, for example, say for num in range 1 to 11. Now here it starts from 1 but doesn't go all the way to 11. 11 is exclusive. So it starts from 1, it goes all the way to 10. That's the, if when you print it out, the variable num, uh, and in this means that it is in the same line, right? It's not going to be a new line. So then you get from 1 to 10. Okay, so next thing is string and string integer float. So here, say, suppose you are using this function str. So you are converting 42, which is an integer, into a string value. And then 10, we are converting this into a integer. And then 3.14, the string value, we are converting it into a float. So these are also very useful and very common and commonly used functions. Then let's go to sorted. So what you're doing in sorted is say you have a list of numbers 5, 1, 3, 2, 4. We want to sort it from the lowest to the highest. In other words, ascending order. So if you say, if you have a variable sorted numbers and use the function sorted and provide the argument numbers, then it will sort it. It will get the same list, but now it will go from, as you can see, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is in the ascending order. Similarly, if you try with strings like names Alice, Bob, Charlie, Eve, then you see Bob has 3 characters, Eve has 3 characters, and you are going from in the ascending order, and you are saying the sorted names. You are storing as names is the variable to store the list of names, but then the key we are using is length of each name, the number of characters. So Bob 3 characters, Eve 3 characters, Alice 5 characters, Charlie 7 characters. That's how it's going. Now next, let's go to the next one, which is append. append, say suppose we have a list of fruits, apple, banana, orange, and we want to add a grape to it. So we go fruits dot append, and then we provide the argument which is grape here, and it will be added to the list. So now if you print fruits, then it will be apple, banana, orange, and grape. Now let's go to the next one, join. And when you go to join, so you have a list which is hello world Python, and we want to join the words. So we want it to be under invited commas, double invited commas. So and we get print sentence, and we get hello world Python. Now if you want to split it, say you start with hello world Python, and then you want to split it. So use sentence, which is the variable storing it, hello world Python, and you use split and store it in a variable words. Then you print the words, and you get hello world and Python separated out. Now let's go to the max and minimum. So what is happening with max and minimum? Suppose we have a string, we have a list of numbers 51937, and it's stored in a variable numbers, and we want the maximum of that number. So we use the function max, and then we provide the list. So what's the output we get? Output we get is 9, right? So the minimum, if we use similar way minimum as a function, you get the output 1. Then if we have a list of names, and we use the maximum, so we store the one with the maximum number of characters in terms of the length of the string. So we pass on two arguments, names, which is the list, and then the key, which is the length, on what basis we are doing the maximum. So the longest one will be Charlie, which has 7 characters. So we stored it in a variable longest name, and then we print the longest name. So the longest name comes as Charlie. Okay, now we come to the last one for this video, but we'll have a series of videos on this. And the last one, we have sum, right? So we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do the sum of all these numbers. So we pass on the argument numbers, which is the variable storing, which is the name of the list, and then the total sum of the numbers in the list total. When you print it, the value of the variables, so we get 15, right? So 3, 6, 10, 15. That's it for now, friends. Please do subscribe and like, and provide your comments. Let us know what you want to hear from us, which topic is of interest to you, and please please subscribe so that you can get other videos that will be posting very regularly on Python, data science, and related areas. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.